Okay, today I'm going to show the best way to get alchemical salts. So, I found this new method that drops alchemical salts incredibly quickly, and we're not doing King Detritus, even though that's easy as well. So I'm just going to reset the dungeon. So we're going in this dungeon called Dragon Breath Cavern. And the dungeon's incredibly easy. Right, so this drops alchemical salts the easiest, because we're guaranteed one salt every run. And the dungeon's like the easiest dungeon. It's literally the easiest dungeon in Dragoon, in Catacombs. You can solo this boss compared to like Detritus, who you can't solo. Right, so, hmm. I guess if we're soloing this dungeon, it takes longer than Detritus, cause we're soloing the dungeon. But if you have a team of 4 players, it's faster than Detritus, because you can finish each of 3 fights in 1 turn. So I mean, you can finish the fights faster than in Detritus. Oh yeah, and there's another advantage of this dungeon. So basically, you get 1 salt and 2 extracts. Oh, this is just equaling the results from Detritus. Detritus gives 10 extracts and a chance for a salt. So they basically give this the same amount of reagents, but this dungeon has a quest reward of 10,000 gold, whereas Detritus only gives 1,300. So this dungeon, without a doubt, gives like a truckload more gold than Detritus. So yeah, it gives pretty much the same reagents, maybe a little less than Detritus, but we're getting more gold from this dungeon. So if you do 20 runs, that's 200,000 gold. And you're going to do 20 runs because you need 50 salts, right? So we're going to do 50 runs for 50 salts. So that's 500,000 gold. So it's an incredibly like lucrative dungeon. Yeah. So I'm crafting the hat now. This is going to be my second piece, and I need 50 salts. I already crafted the boots. Then I got 2 hats, the deadly helm and the icy helm from Detritus. I got them in the same run, which is nutty. Like I got, what the heck is? I got 2 hats in 1 run. We can see the screenshot here. The icy helm and then the deadly helm. And then in another run, I got two, what do you call it? I got two crystals in one detritus run. So I don't know. I'm incredibly lucky, and I crafted the boots in 1 day. That's incredibly insane, with no member reagent benefit. But yeah, this dungeon drops the same reagents as detritus, the same amount of reagents, but we get more gold. The only thing we're missing is crystals, so we still have to farm detritus or a different boss for crystals, but this gives a shit ton of gold. We get 10,000 each run. Detritus gives 1,000 each run, so this is the gold farm in in what do you call it, in Dragoon Catacombs, because I literally have no gold because I was farming. I have no gold because I was buying all the empowers from the bazaar so that I could buy empowers to buy mounts, to trade empowers for mounts in the crown shop. I have my empowers on different wizards, but yeah, I'm close to getting 2,000 empowers, which will buy me a mount. So right now I only have 70k gold. That can only buy me one Dragoon recipe, right? You need 50k per recipe, but when we destroy this, we get 11,000 gold and 2 extracts and 1 salt. So each run we get 2 extracts and 1 salt. It's pretty much the same as detritus, except we can't get crystals. We can't get crystals, which is the biggest problem. But it gives more gold than detritus, so this is definitely relevant. Once you get enough crystals from detritus, farming this boss just gives you more gold. Or if you just need gold, then this boss is better than detritus because you get more gold, right? So in my opinion, I would farm detritus until I have 5, or some other boss until I have 5 crystals. Then I'd just farm farm this, farm this place, because it just drops salts like crazy and it drops gold like crazy. It drops salts. It drops the same amount of reagents as detritus, except no crystals, and then you get 11k gold each run. Detritus only gives 1,300 gold. I'll just show the dungeon in detritus. So yeah, this is an alternate method. It's basically the same. You get the same amount of reagents, but you can solo the boss and you get more gold, a lot more gold. Some people were farming the Whispering Sepulchre, or whatever it's called, and that dungeon also gives salts, but it's harder to solo because the boss can... Because I was trying to solo it, and the boss... I used a feint on the boss, and then he used Immolate, so he took off my feint, and then it took a lot longer to beat the boss. But yeah, I can show this dungeon. This dungeon gives 1,300 gold. That's way less than 11,500. And then the Whispering Sepulchre probably doesn't give that much gold either. But yeah, I'll show how to get to this dungeon called the Dragon's Breath Cave. It's a side quest. Once you've beaten Vigor's Drake, okay, yeah, we can show. So yeah, the dungeon with Vigor's Drake is the Whispering Sepulchre. So that dungeon has 3 fights, and it gives 3 extracts, and it gives 1 or 2 salts, but it's harder to beat the boss, because the boss has more health, and he'll get rid of his own feint with Immolate, so I didn't really like it. But in order to get that quest, we have to beat Vigor's Drake, and then we have to start the side quest called Peace at Last. It's from the guy called Silas Forktongue. He's somewhere in catacombs. You just have to use the quest finder to find the quest. And then you just do the quests, and then you get to the dungeon. Then you just fight the Dragonspire Vanguards, and then you get the quest to do the dungeon, and you're guaranteed 1 salt every run. That's basically just detritus, but you get 11k gold each run. So I don't know. It's like you're doing detritus and halfing at the same time. It's just worth doing it for the gold. So yeah, if you want to farm Dragoon for Dragoon gear and gold at the same time, then this is the dungeon, because it gives 11k gold. If you need crystals, then the other bosses are still important to farm. But this dungeon drops like a ton of reagents and a ton of gold, so this is the gold farming dungeon in Dragoon.